There's been a lot of really hard boss battles in Kingdom Hearts.
But which one's the hardest?
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Weekday 1-Up.
Hey.
If this is a shorter episode, we're sorry. You can blame our job.
You can blame our work, so I mean, help us get more popular on YouTube, and maybe we'll get a little more.
You can't just say, get us more popular on YouTube.
Well, I mean, they share us.
Oh, I got you.
They share us. People see us.
So today...
Use that hashtag we'll give you at the end of the episode.
Also, things might look a little yellower and weirder. That's because my white balance is not set to custom like normal, but it's okay, guys. I'm not worried about it. Like I said, we're in a rush today. So, we're talking about... We were originally going to talk about the hardest bosses in, like, the world of games. So, before we get into this episode, I guess I'll say, guys, comment what you think the hardest bosses are in video games, and we may feature your answer in a future episode. But instead, since we're on a time crunch, and we love Kingdom Hearts...
We decided to talk about Kingdom Hearts bosses, in particular the hardest ones. I can't speak.
Mostly story bosses, though.
Yes.
I think there's a few optional bosses on here, but we mostly talk about story bosses because, I mean, the story bosses are the side bosses, the non-story bosses are so hard. Like they're obvious. So we are gonna try and talk as much about them as we can, but let's do this.
All right. So the first one on the list is Demyx from Kingdom Hearts 2.
F demyx.
All right. Now, initially, when I brought Demyx up, when I was writing this list down, you said I didn't think he was that hard when I played through it.
Well, then you reminded me that we think that they might have fixed him in the final mix version.
Because Demyx, if you don't know story-wise, is the weakest member of Organization 13.
But they give him one of the hardest boss battles.
At least in the game's original form. But I swear they had to have dumbed him down or something because...
I think they made his game easier. Because you have to play a little game where you have to hit the water things.
They must have added more time or something.
Yeah, because if you lose that game, if you don't do it in a certain amount of time, then you...
lose the whole boss fight. You have to do a mini-game within the boss fight. Boss fight.
Yeah. So, and it's really, really annoying, like, that, oh my god. When I first played Kingdom Hearts 2, I remember stopping, like, multiple times and being like, I can't do this, and walking away and coming back, and eventually beating it.
I think I died maybe once when I played it on Remix.
Oh, I'm talking about the first time.
The first time I definitely died.
I think I remember you telling me you stopped playing for a while. No, I had to come and do it, didn't I?
Yeah, I stopped playing, and then you came over and you had to do it for me. We switched
and it still wasn't even easy.
No.
Yeah. And then in Final Mix, I did it first try, so it's like, something's different.
I remember texting you and saying, I'm about to fight Demyx, and you were like, good luck, and then like 10 minutes later, I was like, beat him first try, and you were like, no way, and I was like, yeah, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
And then I tried like 8 more times that night, got frustrated, went to bed, and then...
Like we said, he's not a hard boss. Like, he's not hard to fight. It's the freaking game you have to play. And if you mess it up, it's done.
I got one on here that I didn't add to this list, at least for the first time I played it.
Okay.
And that was the giant... Not Scar, but in Lion King, that giant freaking thing that you got to fight.
Oh, the giant heartless thing? I thought he was easy.
I thought he was easy the second time I played the game, but the first time I played it, it was a nightmare for me.
I think he's one of the funnest bosses.
He's fun, but it was hard. For me, at least the first time. The second time, it was more fun.
What about... I remember you telling me that... I can't remember his name. The big devil-looking dude from... He's in the last world.
I know...
he's from Fantasia.
He's the Chernobog from Final Fantasy.
I remember never ever having a problem with him, but I remember
my gosh,
you.
I didn't have. I think I might have died once. I can't remember.
I remember you writing me and telling me that you were having trouble with him.
No,
Not the first time.
the first
not
time
this
definitely. I could not beat him. I think it was because I think my problem with a lot of bosses the first time I played both games was I hated grinding.
Oh, so you were really weak.
So I think it was just I was weak.
Yeah.
And I hated grinding. But this time I was like, you know what? I need to grind. I got to do it. My hands in my face a lot. I'm sorry, guys.
All right, what else was on the list?
All right, I got Ursula, first form.
Yeah, we're talking about... A lot of people have trouble with their second form, too. I don't get that. I don't have trouble with any of the giant bosses. The only giant boss I have trouble with is the last boss, when you're fighting Ansem, when he gets giant.
Ursula, I had a bit of a problem with her.
Giant Ursula?
Yeah, it's not... But it's her first form that's just... God.
It's another thing like demyx, where it's not... actual like the fighting. It's the rules of the fight.
Yeah, once you can actually start landing hits on her and hit her, yeah, she's actually pretty easy. But she's got her fletsum and jetsum eels going around smacking you in the face, and then she's got this cauldron that's spitting fire and stuff at you.
And the rule of the boss fight is you got to put magic into the cauldron according to what color the cauldron's lighting up, and they don't tell you that. So you lose like a bunch until you figure that out, and then you have to do that. She's invincible. While you're trying to do that, the little eels are hitting you, and you're running out of magic. So you got to bring a bunch of ethers.
Because you're trying to heal yourself at the same time.
Yeah, and so you got to bring a bunch of ethers and things with you, and it's just aggravating. I remember that's another boss where I just stopped playing for a little while, and I had to walk away.
I'm gonna say this one closer to last, since you said you got a lot to talk about.
Oh, okay. Also, I didn't set the timer, so you might want to just check over there every now and then.
We're at 6.5 minutes. Okay. So. Next one on here is Sephiroth.
Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
The list that I looked up, it was just 2, but yeah, 1 as well.
I think he's hard in 1. I think I beat him once in 1.
You must have.
A lot of grinding and no, what it is in 1 is he has a pattern. And if you fight him enough, you can learn the pattern and how to dodge it. Like it's a really predictable pattern. In 2, he's just crazy. I remember me and you trying to fight him in 2, didn't we?
It was me, you, and I think Nate was there too.
Yeah, we were all trying to fight him, and we were like, yeah, I don't think this is going to happen.
No. My friend Sam, he said he did it, but he had to do some kind of... He, hacked the game somehow.
Oh, come on.
But it's not the reason he did it. He'd already beaten the game, and then he was just like, I'm going to go through and see if I can do some other things, and, somehow hacked the game or something.
And then went and fought him?
Yeah, and beat him and got the stuff. He somehow was able to play with the sword in Kingdom Hearts 2 that you get at the very beginning of the game.
Was it weak?
I don't remember, but he said it was cool.
That's funny.
He's like, this is really cool. I'm playing with a sword. Grab the blade. Shout out to Nate. Next on here, Roxas from 2.5 HD Remix.
Yeah, I don't remember him being that hard originally.
I don't remember fighting him at all.
Oh, wait, I think it's an extra fight in the final mix.
But one that you have to do.
Yeah, it's... What we're talking about is in the world that never was, the final world. You're going up to the big tower thing. It's before everything goes crazy and you're cutting skyscrapers. Before that, it's you're going up to it and Roxas comes out and you have to fight him. And it's the one where you spoiler alert, you finally
spoiler
take him down.
Yeah.
But
you yelled at me for not
really
giving
hard.
enough time. Last week on...
Well, I don't think it's nearly as bad to spoil that you take Roxas down in Kingdom Hearts as it is to spoil things from a show like that. Also, Kingdom Hearts 2 has been around longer. But anyway, it's the one where you finally gotta take him down, and we could do saddest moments in Kingdom Hearts 2. If you guys don't know, we're huge Kingdom Hearts fans.
Kingdom Hearts 2 is my favorite game ever.
We've done a lot of Kingdom Hearts videos on this channel. But, the problem with it is you have to do a reaction command to get him. He's really strong, and you have to do a certain reaction command. You have to be in the right spot, and he's got to come at you, the right way in order to do it. So fighting him isn't the hard part. It's trying to get this freaking reaction command to happen. And I got it down, but I remember you having a lot of trouble.
You texted me, and you're
I was having trouble, but then eventually I figured it out, and I got it.
I figured it out, but man, I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know what's dumb is I spent maybe 3 hours that day trying to beat him. I got it this past Christmas, and I spent 3 hours just trying to beat this boss and couldn't. Finally just rage quit, got mad, and I went to work the next day and then came back and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna sit down and beat it first try.
Well, that's what happens. You get so into it, and then when you come back and you got your mind's right, you can go and just do it really quick.
I beat it first try though, and then I was like, why was this hard?
Yeah.
It wasn't hard the first time.
It's all about that reaction command.
Yeah. I got the I think that's what it was.
You got that reaction.
I got it. What happened when I kept dying was I would get it, but I wouldn't. But then I would I was almost dead when I would get it, and then he'd hit me the next time, and then you'd have to listen to Sora go, yeah!
All right, what's next?
Next is, I crossed that out, Xigbar.
Xigbar.
The guy with the guns.
Did you cross out the one that I wanted you to?
No, crossed out that one.
I don't see one that I told you to write down in here.
That might be on this other list, because this still right here.
I'll mention it when we get to it.
All right.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, yeah.
Xigbar?
Xigbar, yeah, he's the one that with the guns.
Yeah.
Clever little sneak.
Xigbar is hard. I don't remember having a problem with him first time I played. Or second time.
It's funny, I had less of a problem. Again, me and my friend Sam. Sam actually ended up beating this one for me. We would switch on deaths. Mm-hmm. But Sam, he and I still talk about how difficult of a time we had. But I had less of a problem this time. I think it's because I figured his pattern out.
Once you figure his pattern out, it's easy.
Yeah, but his pattern is, there's so much going on.
I've often thought that Kingdom Hearts bosses are a lot like playing Dark Souls, where the whole thing is just figuring out their pattern, and then it's easy once you figure the pattern out. Well, it's not easy, but you can do it. But yeah, Xigbar, I had way more trouble with him when I played Final Mix than I did the first time. I never remember having trouble. I always thought it was a cool fight because all the things come in at you, and you're like, pew, 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 and you're like. I thought it was really cool.
All right. Next one on here is one that I haven't played, Birth by Sleep or Dream Drop Distance.
Wait, let me do my other one from Kingdom Hearts 2 really quick.
Okay, go.
This. The Lingering Will. If you don't know what that is, it's I think it's either Ventus or Terra's outfit where.
Oh, Sam showed me this fight. Yeah, that is unfair.
It's like the hardest fight in all of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
It's an optional boss.
It's Ventus.
It's Ventus's?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to fight Ventus's suit of armor from Birth by Sleep, and it's crazy. If you've never seen anyone do the Lingering Will, go look that up, because, my God.
Sam showed me trying, when he tried to play it.
He never beat it, did he?
Oh, no. He said...
Oh, no.
He tried.
You gotta, max level first. That's the first thing, and then...
So that's the hardest boss in all of the series?
As far as I know it is. As of now. All right, what was next? I just knew it needed to be mentioned.
I'm actually going to do, since you know these more, I'm going to talk about this one next.
Okay.
Xemnas.
From Kingdom Hearts 2?
Kingdom Hearts 2. The final.
I actually don't think Xemnas is that hard.
The hardest part is the very final one, when he's in.
I don't know. I think once you get... I think the only thing that was really hard about that part was when he takes Sora and your Roxas.
Yes.
Or not Roxas, Riku, and you have to run up there. But once you figure that part out and how to do it, it's another thing figuring out the pattern.
Yeah, that's what took me forever. I would get close and get to him, but I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing when I was Riku.
There's a block button. I never even knew there was a button to block when I was younger. That makes it so much easier.
But it was cool getting to play as Riku, because that's the first time he plays anybody other than Sora in the game.
Now, it is actually harder in the final mix, though, because one of the reaction commands doesn't come up.
No.
Sometimes you need a reaction command sometimes it won't come up. It's like a glitch in the final mix. And it makes it harder, but I think didn't you beat it on your own the last time?
I beat it. I've actually beaten it twice.
Okay, come on. But I think Xemnas is hard for sure, but I don't think he's I think he could have been harder for a final boss.
I think
what's cool about that fight is how long it is.
Yeah, I think again they might have dumbed it down a little for the final mix as well.
I don't know.
I mean,
maybe.
For all intensive purposes, you did beat it the first time.
I think, I actually think Ansem is harder in the first game. I think he's harder.
I didn't write him down. I don't know why.
Well, I think he's harder than Xemnas is. I think Xemnas' fight is way more cool. You're flying around cutting buildings, I think what it is, doing all this stuff.
It's hard. It's really hard, but it's fun. Whereas Ansem is just agonizingly, you just want to tear your eyes out.
It's difficult. It takes a long time. You're flying around, you're doing all this stuff, and if you lose, you got to go back to the beginning.
Because it's got Xemnas has 5 or 6 different forms that you got to be. They're all fairly simple, but Ansem only has 3, but they're all really tough. He's got one where it's just him and his body floating around.
Yeah. All right, how much time? Where are we at?
We're at 14 minutes, so.
All right, let's speed it up then.
All right, then I'll do these two.
All right.
Got Ansem the Wise from Dream Drop Distance.
This is a really hard fight. It's a kind of a straight corridor, and Ansem the Wise is down at the end, and he makes these big balls and shoots them at you, and you got to kind of dodge them. You can die really fast. He's hard to hit. I mean, it's just a hard fight, guys.
All right. Blow through these last two. We got Vanitas from Birth by Sleep.
Oh yeah, Vanitas is like crazy hard. At least I remember him being really hard. You fight Vanitas as Vin, if I'm not mistaken, in the final fight for Vin's storyline, and you're like in this black void. And I don't remember what was so hard about it. I just remember having a ton of trouble. Like, I could not beat him forever, and I think I just got lucky, like when I finally beat him. But yeah, he was hard.
Then the final one is Young Xehanort.
Oh God, this punk. Young Xehanort and Dream Drop Distance. If you've never played Dream Drop Distance, you haven't done the hardest story boss that there is. He should be an optional boss. He is so hard. And, like, okay, what makes him hard? He's got tons of moves. His moveset is crazy. He makes basically shadow clones, like in Naruto, where you go and try and fight him, and then you're like, this isn't even effing him. And they'll come out of nowhere and just hit you from the back while you're trying to focus on him. And then, if you're not quick enough, he resets time. So you'll be like getting him down, then he's like, oh, nope, and boop, and then his health's like all the way back up, and it's like, oh my God, I can't do this. And the whole time you're like being bombarded from every side. He's got like whips and lightsabers and all this crazy stuff. And then you also have to do reality shifts, which is this thing that you have to do in Dream Drop Distance to help beat him and like get him open to hit. And the reality shift for that world is difficult to do. So it's like everything just comes together and make him awful. Just awful. But when you beat him, you feel so good. You feel like you could take on every Dark Souls game and Bloodborne. You mix them into a little pot, stir them all together, you pour Xemnas in there, and then you fight it. You feel like you could beat that. You feel like you could beat the Lingering Will, but you probably couldn't.
Do we have a question?
Yeah, we do.
So it's time for the question of the day.
Guys, don't forget to let us know what you think the hardest bosses in Kingdom Hearts are. Also, we need more questions because we literally just have enough to finish out the week.
Awesome.
But this week's question comes from, and it fits with the show, Air Gear ZX asks,
Hey, buddy.
what do you think about Big Hero 6 being in Kingdom Hearts?
Oh, I'm excited about this. You need to see that movie.
I do. I was actually streaming Kingdom Hearts. If you guys don't know, I'm streaming Kingdom Hearts right now on my Convention Reviews channel every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come check it out.
Go ahead and plug that.
But anyway, I was playing that, and someone mentioned it, and I was like, I haven't seen it. And they were like, stop the stream now. Go get it. I don't care how you get it. We're not talking about illegal, whatever. Just get the movie. We're not talking about it, and watch it.
It's good.
And I was like, well, I can't stop the stream. But I was like, I do need to watch it. And I especially need to watch it now that it's going to be in Kingdom Hearts.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen most of the Disney movies that are in Kingdom Hearts?
Most of them, yeah.
All right.
Especially now that I've seen Hunchback of Notre Dame.
That's my second favorite
You
Disney
haven't
movie.
played that game either. You get to run around the whole world.
That'd be cool. Run around France.
I'm excited because this means we're probably going to be flying, right?
I'm excited.
Drew's here. He wants in.
Tell him the garage code.
Okay, you go ahead and start wrapping it up. We think it's awesome.
All right. So anyway, yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to the whole game as a whole. I'm looking to see what other worlds are in there, what surprises there are. So anyway, with all that said, you can is it you follow us?
Yeah, follow us right here.
Right there. You've been taking charge, and it's been like a month and a half.
Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, but not your Snapchat.
Snapchat has Jimmy D. Richards refused to change it.
And also, don't forget to check my stream out if you like Kingdom Hearts. You clearly do if you're watching this episode. A little more plug. But also, when you share this or you share anything, you share whatever you want to share.
GIFs, pictures, fan art, hashtag WD1UP. There's the hashtag right there.
Yeah, you can see it. It's dope. It's a very fun hashtag. We like it a lot. It gives us a lot of joy when we see somebody use it. We're like, ah! With that, peace.
Stay nerdy.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Don't forget to come back next time for the next video.
And as always, stay nerdy.
Yeah, we did it!
Nice, dude.